Hey guys, Dana here, checking in with you from Freedom Farms, and we got a good day today. This weather's amazing, and I want to talk to you about a couple of things. I did a video yesterday that talked about five things that we want to stay away from in order to optimize our health. And I tell you what, those five things: number one is sugar. Number two is salt. And people say, oh, but what about Celtic salt, and what about sea salt? Look, you could do Celtic salt and sea salt, even though Celtic salt today, a lot of people are talking about some toxicity. So that's one. That's two. Number three is dyes. We got 𝐟𝐢𝐫𝐿 Jr. helping us out with the dyes. We're trying to get rid of those dyes. Number four is preservatives. We want to get rid of all of those preservatives that when you look at the labels and you say, what is that? What is that? I don't even know what that is. I can't even pronounce it. We want to get rid of all of that. So those are four. And let's go with number five. Number five is you want to reduce the amount of plastics that you're taking in your life. So when you get water, like I found this great brand, I think it's called Mountain Valley, right? I love drinking water. I got my green bottle of Mountain Valley glass. It's amazing. It's a great experience. And you know, most of us, we take in far too many bottles of water. So why not go with glass bottles of water to get us started? So anyway, let's go for a walk on the farm. All right. So I talked about those things that we need to stay away from. And I'll tell you what, the reason we got to stay away from them is because they're getting us sick. You know, 𝐟𝐸𝐿 Jr., the 𝐸𝐸 movement. I keep talking about it, but these things are getting us sick out there. Dyes, preservatives, plastics, salt, sugar. So, you know, I spend a lot of time obviously on the farm. And you see these pigs here. Look, when you're gonna, you know, people say, oh, pork's bad, whatever. Listen, when you're buying off the farm pork, that's a single ingredient, right? You eat a pork chop, it's a pork chop. You eat ground beef, it's ground beef. When you drink milk from those two 𝐲𝐸𝐭 dairy cows, that right there is raw milk. It's single ingredient food. And I think if more people thought about single ingredient food, you would naturally avoid dyes, right? When you look at beef out there, we got all our beef cows out there. Those grass-fed beef cows, when you eat their ground beef, there's no dyes, there's no preservatives. The salt is natural, right? It's salt like in animal products. It's a natural salt. And there's no sugar. And that's one of our new calves over there. Beautiful. And, you know, the reason I'm talking about this is because so many people want to improve their health and eat off of the land. And look, that's our animal nutrition right there. And then in this area here, their animals are constantly rutting. They're pulling out worms, and they're eating the bugs and everything. And it's just such a cool thing. So if you start thinking about single ingredient food, when I eat beef, there's no dye, there's no preservatives, there's no sugar. Just right there alone, you made a healthy choice. That's why the carnivore diet is getting so much attention these days, because those guys up there, those cows, beef is clean. A cow has 4 stomachs. But coach, what about if a cow has you know, some you know, corn in its diet? You know, I heard corn's really bad. Listen guys, on the other end, you got to realize this: a cow's got 4 stomachs, it's got a liver, it's got kidneys, and those liver and those kidneys, that liver and those kidneys are designed for filtering, number one. So what an animal eats, you don't eat. Okay, so let's also remember that. And then whatever we eat, we have our purification system, which is known as a liver and kidneys. So, you know, we do get a little bit over the top at times, and we have to realize that, you know, it's not the beef that's killing us. It's not the pork that's killing us. It's, you know, sometimes it's how the pork may be processed, right? Which is processed foods, which we want to stay away from, which is usually processed with, again, dyes, or processed with salts. And we want to stay away from that and preservatives. So just by thinking about your diet and how you eat in terms of single ingredient foods, it's pretty easy, right? You look down at your plate and you say, hey, piece of lettuce, single ingredient food. Tomato, single ingredient food. Cucumber, single ingredient food. Pork chop, single ingredient food. Ground beef, single ingredient food. Steak of any kind, right? Provided it's, you know, just a ribeye or a Del Monaco or an extra single ingredient food. So when we learn to eat like this, our body naturally dumps the junk. You know, when you take a cup of coffee in the morning, let's say, right? You're going to take in a cup of coffee, and you're going to put some fresh milk from one of those old dairy cows right into that milk, right into that coffee. You got your coffee and you got your milk, which is a single ingredient. Now, when you start going with companies like International Delight and companies that make all these flavored creamers, well, now you're getting into multi-ingredient foods that oftentimes have preservatives and have sugar and start taking us away from what it is that we're trying to achieve here. So you guys got to start thinking about nutrition in terms of single ingredient foods. And when you do that, you'll naturally eliminate the salt, the sugar, the dyes, the preservatives, again, the plastics, and all that kind of stuff. So we just want to think about that, right? Because naturally, that's what we want to get to. We want to get to these single ingredient foods, you know? So keeping it clean. There's our dairy cows. There's Sweet Pea and Emma. And that little baby right there is Emma's baby. And that little baby is a Black Angus Jersey cross. So we're testing that out, see how it goes. But she's a little beauty. And there's her mom. You can see her bag pretty full. So, and there's Patrick. Patrick's on his way back. We're healing Patrick up, and he's doing real well. He's our pet. He's a pet bull, and he's my wife Lauren's friend. Right, Pat? Right, Patrick? You a good boy? Patrick's about 10 years old. He's still feisty though. Right, big boy? And there's this little boy. But again, guys, you know, I'm doing this channel the same reason why we're doing the farm. We're looking to bring good quality food to people's homes. Single ingredient food. Clean meats. And when you can do that, you know, you're also bringing people a better lifestyle. You're bringing them better vitality, better nutrition, better health. I mean, all the way around, life's going to get better, right? Right, big boy? It's one of our winter calves here. When these calves get hot, or any of the cows get hot over the summer months, or when it warms up, you can see their respiratory rate go up a little bit. But ultimately, look, if you get into the single food game, you're going to feel so much better. You think about a lot of these diets that are out there. You think about the carnivore diet, like I said. You're just eating single ingredient food, meat. Part two, let's say you're gonna go with a paleo diet. You're eating meat, fish, nuts, seeds, fruits, and vegetables. Again, all single ingredient foods. You go into keto. Listen, keto done right does not include a lot of these, like, you know, keto muffins and keto sort of these man-made synthetic keto foods. It doesn't include that. That's sort of a man-made thing. So we want to make sure that when we're talking about these diets that are out there or ways of eating, that we're thinking about it not with the man-made synthetics, but by using sort of these God-given foods that we're able to eat. So that's what I want you to always be thinking about. So this is why Lauren and I got involved with the farm. We were looking for a better way to eat for ourselves, and we were looking for a better way for you know, to bring good food to our customers. And nationwide, we've been shipping our meats, and it's been awesome. You know, people from New York, where the farm is in upstate New York, down to Florida, Texas. We've been out to Alaska last week a couple times, which was pretty amazing. And we just keep finding new and new opportunities to get our meat across this great country. So we're definitely pro-America. We're pro-meat. We're working hard on this 𝐸𝐸 movement. We We're going back on Fox News this Thursday, Fox Business with 𝐲𝐨𝐫𝐿, which is going to be super cool. But ultimately, we just want to keep bringing education to people on how to eat and how to eat so that they can live their best life. Again, high energy, sleep better, get rid of gastro issues, reflux, and all those different things. And you can do all of that through food. So again, we are going to keep giving you more and more information as to how you can eat better, how you could do better, and how you can continue to enhance your health through food. Like Hippocrates said, let food be thy medicine. So that's all I want to share with you guys today. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a great life. And if you're looking for farm-raised meats sent right to your house, down below, we have a little coupon code, and you can go to wearefreedomfarms.com. Check out the website. We want to get to know you guys. We want you to get to know us, and we want you to enjoy the farm experience with us. If you're ever in the upstate New York area, reach out. Let's get you to the farm and get you to experience what it's like to make meat great again, make America great again, and most importantly, make America healthy again. See ya.